you will never feel that you are enough. Now, you hear that statement and you will take it one or two ways. You can either find yourself becoming a little bit depressed because I've never felt that I was enough. Now what am I going to do? Or you could listen to that and think, oh, wow, great. That means there's more I'm supposed to do. And that's how I choose to think of it. We are each born with magnificent things within us that we're meant to develop, but they only happen as we move through our lives and as we become willing to uncover what those things are. This is why we do mindset work. This is why we have to deprogram ourselves, because we come in different situations, different families, countries, wherever it might have been, but then we start to form these very limiting beliefs about who we could become. And then we go about doing things in a particular way to try to get this sense of confidence, this sense of self-belief. Then you have to think about it. It's only mindset. This is why everyone talks about it. It's only your consciousness, meaning how you choose to think about yourself and the world. We're all doing that. And if you consider this, every single person is born equal. So why wouldn't you be able to do these magnificent things and live these great lives and have everything that you wanted? It's only because of the way that you have thought of yourself, or the way you've been taught to think of yourself, or what you've accepted. That's all that it is, because we have every single person has all the ability within them to create magnificent lives. They could do anything if they were to work on their mindset and change it so that they could embody who they were meant to be. Now, I've done so many things in my life, if I've told you, and I've healed so many things, and I've done all of that, and I did it in a very unconventional way. And it was sitting down every day and meditating and receiving cosmic information. That's what I did, because I understood that mindset would be important. I didn't know that I was going to develop what I did, because when I started talking about 3 years ago what was happening in our world, people couldn't even understand what I was saying because we hadn't seen it yet. But I was able to access information, precognitive information, that could help guide anyone to who they're meant to become, because that's what I had to do. I'll tell you, when I at 19 years old, I walked out of college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just got up and walked. Everyone thought I was out of my mind, but I said I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. Didn't know what the next thing was, but I got a job being an accountant, which was crazy at 19. But I did it, didn't know I could do it. Then the next job was running a beauty salon. That was crazy as well, but I did it, didn't know I could do it. But every single time I made that change, I didn't feel that I was enough. I didn't know that I could do the thing that was presented in front of me. And then it becomes frightening when you don't have this belief that you can do whatever it is. But then I started changing my thinking, you see, because everything that I wrote gave me the ability to change my thinking. And we understand now neuroscience, how that works. We have to introduce new ideas to our brains, and then we have to have time to accept them, so we become empowered, so we become confident, because everyone has the ability to do that. But I'm going to tell you something else, because I have an interview that's going to be released on Sunday, which is something I did a while ago, and it's going to, give me a lot more exposure, because I had hidden who I was, like a lot of people do. Because when you start uncovering something you think you're supposed to do or be, it becomes daunting. It becomes frightening, because is it me? Am I enough? And I've done that as well, so I do understand. But I also knew that every time I approached something and I had that fear, that it was urging me to jump over it. It was urging me to do something else. And this is how I look at all of my clients, how I look at all of my work. But I'm going to read you something else, because certain things we don't understand, especially time. Everything is only happening in this moment. It's only happening now. We've had many people who have studied this and understand that consciousness can only exist in this moment of now. But it takes a while for us to understand that. I was able to access different levels of consciousness, which is why I was able to create my work, heal my life, do all of that. But I'm going to read you one, and the craziest thing was, and I probably talked about this in the interview that I did, I don't remember, but it'll come out on Sunday. But I would receive information, and it would be really relevant to the day of what was going on. I'm going to read this one because this is why I'm talking about you may not feel, especially at this time in your life and this time in our world, a lot of people are feeling really insecure. But this was from May 27th of 2012, as a matter of fact. Enough. Tomorrow's May 27th. This is the 26th today. So, and I received guidance that, yeah, I would have things that would correspond to the date. Things we don't believe, we have to move over our disbelief. But you'll get this, and this is really what I wanted to give you. There will always be some area of your physical life experience or some part of you where you feel you never have enough or are not enough. When you begin to accept this condition as a normal and natural part of your expansion process, you will be less likely to judge yourself, which in turn halts that very expansion. You sought to have some area of your life where you always felt you could do, be, or become more, and that is what you think of as motivation. It can at times cause you to feel deflated, so to speak. When you recognize you have received something you desired but yet lacked the feeling of fulfillment, simply begin to recognize that feeling as a nudge to do even more. Acknowledge that feeling as a nudge to do even more. That's when we feel uncomfortable. That's when we feel that we are not enough, because it's never a true statement. It's just that our consciousness hasn't shifted enough to accept who we are. That's all that it is. And this is the work that I'm doing, and you'll hear a lot of this in the interview, but every single person has this great wealth of information and wisdom and knowledge and talent and skills that's locked within them. That's all. And you just have to take the process of understanding that and deliberately deciding to change your mind, introducing new information, and that's what happens. And that's what's happening in our world right now as well. We're attempting to create a different world. That's why it's chaotic, and this is what I've been talking about for several years. However, the more of us who decide to know that we are enough and to start to embody and love ourselves and our life experience and our life journey, the world changes. And that's the work that I'm doing. But please register, go to Alex's channel. It's called Next Level Soul, and just subscribe there. We really want you to see the interview, but I'll send it to everyone once it's out as well. But have a great day and know that you are more than enough. It just has to be developed. That's all.
I haven't done anything like this.
It's increased the confidence that I had in myself.
Everything is better. I mean, every single aspect of my life. My income, the progress is just amazing. Like, you can see changes from week to week.
Introducing your last development program, Life Transformation for Success, the newest part of Roger Burnley's coaching series. In this 3-month online program, you will learn the mindset tools you need to dissolve the shame of your past, discover the gifts within you that make you important to the world, and get the confidence to rise above anything that stands between you and the life that you want.
Everything changed in my life. Everything, every single thing.
It's time for you to reprogram your mind for success and become self-actualized. If you're ready to transform your life too, learn more at yourlastdevelopmentprogram.com today.